Good morning, everyone. I am out here in a new area today that I've never been. Really a whole region of Metro Atlanta that I've never really explored too much. And I decided it was about time to get out here, so here I am. I'm going to be walking around in this awesome rocky habitat. It looks a lot like a lot of the areas I frequent, but I've never been here before, so I'm going to hit it pretty hard today and see what I can turn up. I have no idea what to expect here snake-wise, but this place is sick looking. Really hoping to be able to turn some stuff up today. It's super dry out, but the temperature's supposed to be pretty mild, and we actually had a little bit of cloud cover. It's kind of fallen apart, but oh, there's a racer right there. I legit did not see him until just now. First snake here. That is pretty cool. Guessing he's probably cold. That is the truth. He is very cold. What are you sitting in the shade for? God, that's a nice looking snake though. Look at that. Beautiful racer. I cannot believe that thing was just sitting there the whole time I was filming. That's ridiculous. Well, guys, there you go. My first snake of the day. You saw it live. I just walked up to this brush pile and saw these really cool looking rocks. I was like, hey, that would make for some cool, introductory footage. And then I looked down at my feet and this guy's just sitting there. Super cold to the touch still. It's probably about 58 degrees out here, but he was sitting in the shade. If he was sitting in the sun, he'd be nice and warm, but it's like he had just come out and had just started moving towards the sun. So I'm gonna put him right here in the sun, so hopefully he can warm up and get on with his day. All right, buddy. Well, since it worked last time, maybe I just need to be rolling and I'll find snakes. It's usually the complete opposite. The second I stop rolling, I find snakes, but we'll see. There's a fence lizard somewhere. I saw him jump off the log, but I don't know where he went. Anyways, my strategy for today is more or less to just walk around the edges of these rocky areas like I normally do when I'm in this type of habitat, and just watch for snakes hanging out in these brush piles, just like that racer was really. Earlier in the morning, they'll come out and bask, just hang out on the edges of this stuff, soak up some sun, and then when it starts to warm up, they'll start to crawl around and look for food. One interesting thing about this area is I don't really know hardly anything about what kind of herps live here. One thing I do know though is that this is one area where the eastern coach whip is known from in the Georgia Piedmont, and that's a strong contender for the rarest snake in North Georgia, even in competition with pine snakes in rarity, simply because I've only ever really seen a picture of a single North Georgia coach whip, and it was one that my buddy found here. So I just saw my second snake of the day. It was another black racer. Unfortunately, that one was locked and ready to go. He was sitting in the sun and sucked down his hole the second I even started to move towards him. But just another racer. Look at this guy. Big male eastern fence lizard. Sizing me up. He realized I'm bigger. All right, guys, so it's currently noon, and I've seen 3 snakes all day so far. I've only been here a couple hours, but it feels like it's been a while. I've seen the two racers, only one of which I got my hands on, and then I lost a water snake, but that's been it. I'm currently making my way back to the car to grab some food, and then I'm gonna head back out. Maybe try a different part of this general area and see if it's any better. Well, after a couple more hours of hiking, I just spotted our next snake of the day. I thought it was another racer at first, but it's just a really dark rat snake. That guy's almost solid black, and he's big too. I'm gonna get some photos. Let's go look at this guy. Wow, that is awesome. Super chill, super dark. This is very much so a black quote-unquote rat snake rather than the gray rat snakes we get over by the house. Put him down here in the sun so you can see him. That is a beautiful snake. Look at that. This is actually pretty exciting for me because, like I said, I mean, this is completely different from what I'm used to seeing by the house. So it's almost like a different snake, even though it's the same species. This guy is super chill, super relaxed, didn't really care. I picked him up and moved him over here. And now he's just gently trying to crawl away. So I'm going to take a couple of pictures and let him do just that. Super gentle, super cooperative. Nice big rat snake. I will take it. I'm gonna let him go and keep hiking, see if I can turn up a coach whip or something at least a little bit rarer than a rat snake eraser. All right, buddy, stay away from people. There's a lot of them here. Well, it kind of makes up for the absence of snakes. All the cactuses are blooming. They look real nice walking around out here. And haven't actually been stabbed by one yet today, which is nice too. What is up, everyone? It's the next day. Yesterday wasn't terribly successful, so I am back at the house now. I'm going to get ready to go out and do some road cruising this afternoon. I only have a couple hours, so I'm going to go cruise for a little bit, then come back here and flip, and then I'm going to spend the rest of the night editing videos because I'm like 10 videos behind at this point. So let's see if we can turn up anything on the road. Well, would you look at that? First snake of the night, and it is something I was really hoping to see today. Absolutely beautiful little timber rattlesnake. Holy crap, that is amazing. I'm gonna get some pictures real quick. Well, this little snake has grown impatient with me sitting here taking pictures of her, so she is starting to make her way off the road. Got something going on with her side, and I don't want to get too close. I can't really tell what it is, but looks like maybe some sort of lesion right there. Otherwise, what a beautiful little snake. Look at this thing. So nice. What a great first snake of the night. I was just thinking I had not seen a lot of timbers this spring. At least in my area. I've seen a lot elsewhere, but I only really discovered this population here about 15-20 minutes from my house last fall. Before then, I'd always assumed there were no timbers this close to me, but I've come out here a couple times this spring so far, hoping to come across one. Hadn't had any luck until today, but look at that. Awesome, awesome. What a great first snake of the night. Just look at this snake. Every example I've seen from here has been so nice, and this one is no exception. Absolutely incredible. Well, that is an excellent way to start the night, and an excellent way to really kick off this video because of how slow yesterday was. I was starting to worry that today was going to be a similar scenario, but I mean, the night's already made with this guy, so I could see nothing else and still be happy. I'm just going to escort this little beauty to the other side of the road real quick. I don't think there's any cars coming, so now will probably be a good time. You always want to move snakes the direction they were initially going when you found them, so that they don't try to cross the road without your guidance in the event that you leave them and they decide they want to keep going the direction they were heading, which usually happens. Guessing he's just gonna slide down into the ditch and up into the woods over there. Yep, there he goes, into the grass. All right, let's keep cruising and see what else we can turn up. All right, guys, didn't see too much else road cruising. That timber was the only thing I saw, but it was pretty good. Can't really complain about that at all, but I'm back here at the house. I'm gonna do some flipping, and then I'm gonna go edit some videos to get these out for you guys because I'm so backed up right now. But, oh, a hornet. Get away. Anyways, see if anything's hanging out under 10. Nobody under the Mole King piece. Good morning, everyone. I am currently headed out to the Sandhills with my dad. We're gonna do some road cruising, but of course, the customary sit behind a train for an hour. Surely this won't be the first train we have to sit behind today. Well, it shouldn't surprise you to see there's yet another train. Is he sitting nice? Should I get my camera? We got out to pee and my dad walked off the road a little bit and found our first snake of the day. Nice. There's an eastern coach whip sitting right there. Let me go grab my camera real quick. Well, I went to get an in situ and he started moving, so we're just gonna grab him. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Look at that. Look at this guy. He's a little thin on the dark side too, but really good looking snake. I love these guys. First one I've seen in a while. We got one in Oklahoma, but here in Georgia, they're a little bit tougher to come across. Check that out. Awesome. Great way to start the day. We're gonna photograph this guy and let him go and keep cruising. So as you go north in Georgia, these guys become increasingly rare, but here in the Sandhills, they are probably the most common snake species other than racers. So not too great of a find, but always nice to see one of these guys. So we're just gonna let him go and keep cruising, see if we can turn up anything else. That's a good looking snake. Well, I wanted this guy to keep moving, but he's just sitting still. Apparently he likes the sun, so I'm just gonna leave him right there, right where we found him. There we go, our first live snake on the road for the day, and it is a cute little southern hognose snake. Look at that. Another little male. We've seen 2 dead ones, both males, but this guy is thankfully alive and well. Let me get some pictures real quick. Well, that didn't last long. The mailman, also driving a Subaru, drove by, so I had to move him out of the road, and he played dead. Instantly. And these guys are usually much harder to get to do this than Easterns. They're usually more tolerant, but not this guy. Just straight into dead. Well, since unfortunately this guy instantly died on me, I'm gonna put him over here safely in the bushes. This is our first live snake on the road for the day, and hopefully it won't be the last, but I'm just gonna tuck him in there where he'll be safe from predators until he decides to come back to life, and we're gonna keep cruising, see if we can turn anything else up. Good way to start. Check that out. We've seen a million of these guys zipping across the road, but he was just gonna let me get some video of him. That is a 6-line race runner. One of the harder lizards to actually get video of here in Georgia. Well, the last whiptail I was interrupted by a nosy landowner, but here is another race runner that's just hanging out in the road. This guy is also apparently not too intimidated by my car that's 4 million times his size. And it's just chilling. We've seen a lot of these guys today, but most of them dart across the road and don't sit still, so. Well, guys, it's getting a little hot for road cruising, and there's not much cloud cover going on at the moment, so we're stopping around checking some creeks. We're gonna go hit some pretty good areas for turtles here in a little bit, but we're gonna cruise around a little bit more. Some of the cooler snakes like pines like to move in these warmer temperatures, so we're gonna keep going until it's definitely starting to feel too hot, so we'll see what we can turn up.
There's a turtle of some sort. We're hoping it's a barber's. Right at that stick. Hey!
Well, I lost whatever turtle was sitting right there, but I got this guy. Really strange looking cooter. I don't know if he's got something going on, but cute little guy. See if I'll get him to come out of his shell. Come out. Dude, that's a weird looking turtle. Come out for me.
It's hilarious how he swam out and came right.
This guy is super unique looking for a little cooter. He's got those darker spots on his shell. His face is a little weird looking too. All around just a weird looking little turtle. Weird behavior too. He was basking on that log and he dipped in, and then when I went out to get him, he swam back towards the log and started to come back on top of it. That's how I was able to get him. But anyways, first turtle of the day. All right, buddy. Exploring new places 101. You never know where you're gonna end up. Just trying to find somewhere to look for turtles, and we ended up in a, what was it, 1800s covered bridge?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool.
1840, I think, 1870.
All right, guys, we got in some really cool looking stuff here, and I just spotted our first snake in a while. There's a water snake of some sort sitting right there out in the open. I think it's a brown water. Can't really tell. I don't want him to get away. It is, it's a little brown water snake, just hanging out in the open. He's beautiful too. Look at this little guy. Hey, buddy. Wow, you're cool. That's not a size you see very often of these guys. Look at him fluffing up at me. That's cool. Actually, might actually bust out the camera for this guy and get a couple shots, so we haven't seen too much else that's been worth photographing today. He's got those weird, like, almost just complete bands on the front part that made him look like a bandit or a Midland water.
That's cool.
All right, buddy, back to fish hunting. What a cool looking snake. All right, guys, we are out here road cruising. It is starting to get to about the time of day. I found the coral snake last week, so we're out here driving around, hoping to see another one or anything else we can turn up. So I'll keep you guys posted. Feels pretty good outside. Well, guys, it is almost dusk, and we have not seen anything yet. So not exactly the best start to our night cruising, but hopefully as it gets dark, things will pick up. Temperature is kind of dropping a little faster than I'd like. It's already down to 64, so, or not 64, 74. I don't know why I said that. But anyways, hopefully snakes will start moving once it gets dark. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The fruits of the last 4 hours of road cruising. A ringneck. He might be anerythristic. I can't tell if there's any color in that ring. I'm gonna flip him over and see if his belly's white. Let's see. Nope, it's really faded, but it is yellow. Just a really light colored ringneck. Weird. Anyways, only snake we've seen on the road tonight. It has been a dreadfully slow couple hours, but maybe we'll start seeing stuff now. All right, guys, next herp of note of the night. Check that out. Really cool looking little barking tree frog just sitting on the road. Was not expecting to see one of these guys, so that is a nice surprise. Really weird looking one, definitely unique. Well, we got another snake. It's another little dinky fossorial species, the smooth earth snake that you've seen plenty of in my other videos flipping. I'm just gonna usher this guy off the road. It doesn't look like tonight is going to be particularly successful. So we're just gonna probably move this guy off the road and call it a night here. And that'll probably be the end for this video.